Hello, this is Harry. I'm here to present to you What If Harry Potter Became the Dark One and Fell in Love with Regina, Part 2. Let's get into the video.
Chapter 2 Family Returned. Harry, Emma, Snow, Mulan, and the princess arrive at the edge of the village with a pop. Everyone took a second to calm down after the disorienting travel. They approach the village, the guard tower empty, and the village in ruins, dead bodies piled high in the middle of the village, holes in their chest cavities, where their hearts should have been. Is this how the villains kill their prey? No fight. No honorable death. This was a butcher, not how Harry would have done it, but it did leave too many questions to be asked. Snow saw Harry leave the village with discomfort, and wondered why. Snow told Emma that she was going to talk to Harry, and to look for possible survivors. Emma said okay. Snow followed Harry out of the village. Snow walked up to Harry, and said, "What was your other world like?" Harry told her about the wizarding world, about how his whole world was killed, but not of his purpose for coming. Not yet. "I am so sorry for bringing it up. You must be devastated at the loss." Harry said it's fine, he is here now, and thinking about it is not going to change what happened. Emma Swan shouted out to Snow, "And we found one survivor." Snow and Harry ran back and found a man with a goatee, one earring, and a tattered old blue poncho. They helped him up and the man said, "Thank you, thank you." Harry knew this was all a setup but said nothing. Mulan thinks this man is a blacksmith. Harry, however, knows he is Captain Hook, a pirate. This is the perfect chance to see what the Vessel of Light can truly do. Hook said to Emma, "Fortune seems to smile on me today." Emma said, "On an island full of bodies, you're the only one alive. How does that happen?" Hook said that he played possum while Cora slayed the villagers. He decided to hide under the bodies. She discarded a good lie, but not good enough, because Emma already caught on to his lie, and told him so, and she asked again. They decided to tie him to a tree, until he told the truth. The ogre would be a good motivator to get him to talk. Hook decided he would talk, so he said that he was working for Cora, and she wanted him to learn everything she could about Storybrooke before she went there, a partial truth. Snow said that she can't. The wardrobe was destroyed. Harry decided to butt in and say, "Not entirely. There remains magic still in the ashes. She can still create a portal." Hook agrees with Harry. Hook counter of Harry and says a compass is needed to accomplish her work, and I can help you get it before her. If you cut me loose, will even give you the same offer I gave to her, if you promise to take me with you. "Why do you want to go with use?" Emma said. Hook said to kill Rumpelstiltskin for taking my hand. Harry telepathically told Hook that the honor of killing Rumpelstiltskin is mine alone, but I will let you help me as long as you agree to help Emma and Snow get back to Storybrooke and leave Cora to fester with her own plans. You see, Cora will still get what she wants without you involved. Agreed. Hook did not say anything, but Harry got it. Well, Hook agreed to. Emma, Snow, Harry, Mulan, the princess, and Hook leading the way under heavy supervision. Hook stops, and they all look at a giant beanstalk. "Well, I was not expecting Jack and the Beanstalk to be real." Harry said, "It is always a surprise to all of you." Emma said. Snow said, "How do we get up there?" Hook said, "It's not the way up that should be worried about, it's the giant person at the top." Continuing forward was long and difficult, but finally made it to the base of the beanstalk, and then Hook said there are strong protections that prevent anyone from climbing to the top. Harry said, "I may be able to disable it a little, so that one other can come. I will go with Emma and Hook." Emma and Hook agree, and Emma, Hook, and Harry start the long descent up. Harry, Emma, and Hook get to the top as night falls. Harry fell on his butt and said, "Emma, remind me never to do this again unless I am in love." Harry was teasing Emma and Hook about their talk getting up here. Hook gave a loud chuckle. Harry saw a stone fortress with giant people-sized skeletons that had to be 50 stories high. It was as dark as the Forbidden Forest, was the first step foot in it. Emma stood on top of a statue near the entrance and waited for Hook to bang a bone on a shield load, and the giant came running. He was fat, wearing a red outfit with a silver necklace, a beard. He was wearing a face like an annoyed neighbor hearing loud music. Hook then said, "Hey you slimy geek, come and get me." And he led the giant to Emma, where Emma threw the powder right into the giant's face. The giant was stunned and fell with a loud boom. Harry, Emma and Hook went in together and started looking for the compass. It was difficult because there was gold and silver and other valuables everywhere. Harry, Hook, and Emma started their search. Harry found something very out of place. Gryffindor's sword. "What is this doing here?" He took it, and its sheath, and buckled it to his waist. It's only when they heard the giant wake up. Harry, not wanting to become giant food, decided to hide in a pile of gold coins. Hook and Emma did not hide in time, and the giant grabbed Emma, but she bit his hand and ran to the sword that belonged to Jack and cut the robe that activated the human trap, trapping the giant. Instead, Emma held out the blade, and the giant panicked. While Emma is negotiating with the giant, Harry goes to help Hook out of the rocks that fell. Emma came and said, "It is time to go. We got the compass." Emma tried to chain Hook, but without Emma knowing their deal, Harry unlocked Hook's chain and gave him his invisibility cloak and said, "Go back to Cora and ensure she gets to Storybrooke. When the time is right, we go to kill the Dark One. Also, I expect may cloak back when we return. Am I clear?" Hook said. "Yes," Harry said. "Good," and ran to Emma, where we went back to the beanstalk to go back down. But Emma jumped instead. Harry followed. They both fell with a loud thud right when Snow was tackling Mulan to the ground. Harry said, "We got the compass now." They explained the next part of their plan, and it involves the princess going to sleep and contacting Henry to talk Rumpelstiltskin to get home. This is a risky plan. How do we know Cora will not try to interfere? Snow said, "It's our only way." "Okay," Harry said, "but I think we should stand guard just in case the princess goes to sleep." 10 minutes later, she wakes. They travel for another 2 more hours, then the princess goes back to sleep. However, people attacked, but with Harry's help the princess got what we needed. Emma, Snow, Mulan, Harry and the princess walk through the stone dungeons until they get to the cell they need. They all start looking high and low until they find a long scroll with Emma's name all over it. Literally, Mulan found an ink bottle but no ink. This is bad. They were so distracted that they did not know that Cora hit the cell door lever with a spell and took the compass. Hook and Cora started to gloat as evils always do and left. Emma started to blame herself, but Snow put a stop to it with her silver voice that all mothers have. Harry with his Elder Wand just hit the switch with a spell, and Snow was shocked, and said, "How the hell did you do that?" This cell was enchanted against magic. Harry said, "My magic is different from yours, so the enchantment does not apply to me." Without any delay they ran just in time to catch Cora and Hook before they could jump into the portal they made from the lake. Snow shot the compass out of Cora's hand, falling 5 feet away from them. "You guys get the compass, I will take care of Cora." Harry said. They all charged together to fight Hook and get the compass, while Harry too on Cora. Cora started off with a fireball, and Harry flicked the Elder Wand, and a wall of water shot out to counter it. Harry shot out a volley of dark curses at Cora, and she just teleported out of the way. Cora throws another fireball, while saying, "You're very good at magic, but I am better." Harry giggled and said, "You have no chance against the Master of Death," and counters with a rock that hits Cora in the leg, just above the kneecap. Emma finishes of Hook with a nasty right hook to the side of his face, and Emma says, "Let's go home." Harry said, "Sorry, Cora, but I can't let you return to Storybook." Not yet. Crucio the red curse shoots out and hits Cora mid-chest, and she rolls around in pain as Harry, Snow, and Emma grab the compass and jump. They then crawl out of a long well. He hears a woman voice cry, "Sorry, Henry the First. Am so sorry." However, she did not see as they all crawled out of the well on their bells like an animal. Harry said as he came out first, "I hate to break up this sad moment, but I could use a strong drink." Emma and Snow then came out after. Henry said Mom, Emma said Henry, and Henry said Mom as he went, and gave Emma a hug. She went over to Regina, and said, your mother is a real piece of work. Regina says, yes, she is. Who is this you bring with you? Harry said, my name is Harry Potter. Nice to meet you, Regina. Likewise, Regina says. Snow said, I will go find my husband. He is probably worried sick, and she ran off. Emma said, you did some great spell work against Cora. What? Said Regina. You had a fight with my mother. Yes, said Harry, and won. Regina left in shock. Harry went to town. He got to the edge before Lord Velcaret spoke to him in his mind. Well done, May Vessel, and now for one of your gifts go to the other end of town, and stand in front of the first tree you see before exiting. Okay, Harry said, and he went and found Slytherin's castle sighting there. How did you get this here? It is destroyed when the Muggles attacked Lord Velcaret. Said, yes, it was, but just like I did to you, I transported it here for you. Only the best will do for one of May Vessels. However, once you put your hand on the door handle, everyone in Storybrooke will see it and ask more questions. I hope you're ready for them. Harry said, bring it, I am ready. And Harry touched the door, and as Emma, Snow, Charming, Henry and Red were walking to Granny's, a giant castle materialized from nowhere, and everyone saw Harry enter, and they continued to have dinner. Rumors spread like butter on toast. Regina prepped a basket of apples to welcome Harry to Storybrooke, but she had questions. Snow said to her that Harry used darker spells than she had ever seen Regina cast before, and it made her nervous, and the castle had a dark tint to it. She needed to know how he is, where he came from, and why he is here. She walked and had breakfast at Granny's like everyone did in the morning. Then she went over. She knocked at the door and waited. Harry was at the long table reading dark magic from a book he found in the study. When he heard a knock at the door, he called Daisy, and a small female house elf popped into the dining room and said, Master calls. Daisy, yes, can you answer the door and lead her to the laboratory? Harry left to study the ash he took from Snow's castle. Regina waited for 2 minutes, and a small elf answered, hello, my name is Daisy. Master Harry is in the lab right now, please follow me. And they took a long walk. Regina knew this game all too well. Daisy took the long way on purpose to test whether she had good intent. She was found in a lab bigger than any she saw before. It looked like he was putting magical ash in a bottle of pink liquid to see its reaction. It gave off a green color before turning purple. Harry started to write it down and saw Regina enter the room. Welcome, you must be Regina, the one that stopped Rumpelstiltskin's spell. I am impressed you could have died, you know. Regina asked, are you a dark wizard? Harry said yes and no. Regina said, what do you mean? Just because one casts dark spell does not make you dark. Dark wizards can cast light spells too. It's all in the intent. I can summon a ball of fire to light a room, or to light a torch, even to kill, if I wanted 2 spells and not dark or light. It is intent that truly matters. Regina said, you have a very unique perspective on magic. Where did you learn magic, I wonder? Harry said, in my universe all magical children go to a place called Hogwarts School of Wizards, created by 4 founders: Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, Salazar Slytherin, and Rowena Ravenclaw. Hogwarts was founded during the Salem witch trials of 1692. Hogwarts was used as a sanctuary against the persecution of non-magicals. Good history lesson, but why are you here in Storybrooke? I am studying magic here. It works differently here. Well, do not let me stop your research. Thank you for your time, Harry Potter. Good day. Regina left. Harry then said, let's see what this town has to offer, and when the time is right, kill Rumpelstiltskin. And he left to explore the town. Harry walks down street looking around, and he saw a clock tower in the middle of the town. Under it was a library. He walked in. It looked like a office space, but had bookshelves lining the walls, and a woman maybe in her 20s. Her hair was red, reminding him of Hermione and her love of books. The woman was wearing a dress that went up to her kneecaps. She noticed him. She said, "You must be Harry Potter." "My name is Belle. The town has been talking about a dark magic user that helped Emma and Snow get back her and your castle, which is very big and impressive." "Nice to meet you, Belle. This may be a silly question. Do you love books?" Belle said, "Yes, I do." "Can I ask why you're here?" Harry said, "I am currently studying the magic in Storybrooke. It works differently than what I know of it." "Really, you must be a magic scholar then." "Yes, I study all magic, even the magic people deem dangerous. I also dabble and tinker around to create new magic, combining old with new, to create something wonderful." Belle gave a worried face, but said, "Maybe you could visit Mr. Gold's shop. It's run by my boyfriend Rumple. He is a magic user too. He may be able to help with your research alongside me." "That sounds great." Harry said, "Are you coming to the party at Granny's tonight?" "Yes, I will be." Harry said, "See you soon then." Harry left and decided to visit this Rumple she was talking about. He walked down the street a little more and found a shop painted gold with windows showing items for sale. A big sign in gold letters said Mr. Gold's pawn shop. He walked in, and a bell chimed, and an older man in his 60s. However, he could sense the dark power of the Dark One seeping out of him. He knew right away this was Rumpelstiltskin, the corrupted vessel Lord Velcaret was talking about. He contacted Lord Velcaret and said, "Master, I know I have to kill him, but is there a way to not kill him completely? Belle would be devastated if I killed him permanently." "There is a way, but a sacrifice would be needed." "Would Cora do if we timed it right?" "Yes, that would do," said Lord Velcaret. "Hello there, dearie. My name Mr. Gold. What can I get for your girlfriend? Belle told me you and her would be able to help with my magical research," said Harry. "Is that so? I have a lot of things that will help. What you are currently studying?" "I am studying ashes from the magical wardrobe that Emma Swan was sent in. So far, I discovered it has a mind of its own. It transports people at random, not to just one place in time. Unless you use it in combination with potions, it can be unstable." "Really? How did you discover that?" "Not from normal means. I come from a different universe where magic and potions work differently than others." "That's very useful for a universe jumper like yourself. We can learn much from each other, but you must always remember magic always comes with a price here, and it can be good or bad, depending on what you want done." "Thank you for the advice, Mr. Gold. I will be right back." He went to the back of his store and came back with a book and some vials of colored liquid. "This should help with your research, Harry Potter." "How much do?" "Do not worry about it. You could pay me in knowledge. How about that?" "Okay," Harry said. "Have a nice day." "You too, Harry," said Mr. Gold. By the time he got home and dressed for the party, it was time to head there. He was wearing his nice wizarding robes. He would look like a wizard to anyone who did not know by the way he dressed. He got to Granny's right when Emma, Henry, Snow, and Charming walked up the road. Snow said, "Hi, Harry." "Hello, Snow," said Harry. Charming said, "Nice to meet you. My name is Charming, and this is Emma's son, Henry." "Nice to meet you." Henry said, "Are you a wizard?" "Yes, I am a magic scholar. I study magic." Henry said, "Really? Can you must be powerful then." Emma said, "It's nice to see you again. Harry here for the party." Harry said, "Yes." Snow said, "How are you liking Storybrooke? And you have a castle. It looks great." "Thank you. Maybe your family can come for dinner. I can tell you more about myself." "That would be great, Snow." The Charming said, "We would love to get to know you better, especially the one who was able to bring my wife back safely." Henry said, Can I bring my other mom too? Yes, you may, said Harry. Thank you, Henry. We should get inside, they're all waiting for us. Everyone agreed the night was spent partying, dancing, and eating good food. Harry left and walked back to his castle into his room and fell asleep.